Welcome, everyone, to the summer special edition of Critics on Campus. I'm Chris Vickery, along with my co-host Jeff Wolz today. We got three movies for you. The first of which was The Avengers, which came out earlier this summer. Basically a superhero mashup of a bunch of the Marvel characters. You got Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, Captain America, and Thor. Basically saving the world from an alien invasion. Pretty epic movie, but what did you think of this one?
I thought it was awesome. It's no easy task meshing characters that don't really go together. You got Iron Man, super realism, super easy to understand, and then you got Thor, which is really supernatural. And having them in the same movie and colliding the universe is a challenge, and Joss Whedon pulled it off pretty nicely. What about you?
Yeah, also, his ability to just give each one of those characters enough screen time to really feel like you weren't slighted on any of them, because each one has their own fan base and their own kind of camps that everybody loves that one character. But everybody really got enough to feel satisfied, like they really did something. And also just the pure fact of like, this is a superhero to end all superhero movies. That's awesome. But out of 5 stars, what would you give this one?
Oh, I'd give it a 5 easily. This is a movie you got to see. There's not many movies that come out on this scale that people have been anticipating this long, so easily 5 stars.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. 5 stars for this one. It is everything a summer blockbuster should be and everything a superhero movie should be. But continuing on the superhero theme, The Amazing Spider-Man came out more recently, which, as most people know, is the story of a young boy, Peter Parker, getting some mutant spider powers and becoming a masked vigilante crime fighter. What did you think of this one?
It was great. I mean, aside from the breathtaking visual that you have in this movie, you've got the story, which in the older movies, they kind of focused a little too much rhetorically on how Peter Parker understood his role and had a dilemma. But in this one, he's your standard teenager. He's just going at it as it comes, and it's a lot more action-packed. It's a lot more on the edge. You don't really know what's going to happen next. I thought it was great.
Yeah, as you said, visually just a gorgeous film. It really does strike you as soon as you see it. But also I really like the decisions by Andrew Garfield, who played Peter Parker, and Mark Webb, the director, to keep him in that high school realm, that very teenage, kind of snarky, really kind of a jerk of a superhero. But that really sets him apart as a superhero and makes him really interesting to watch on the screen. And also, this movie feels the most like watching a comic book on the screen that I think I've ever seen. But out of 5 stars, what would you give this one?
Oh, solid 4. It's got everything you need. You got great characters, great acting, even by Peter Parker's dad,
yes,
played by Martin Sheen. Oh, excellent acting. It's got the visuals. It's got everything you want in a movie. So solid 4 stars.
I would have to agree with you there. Also 4 stars. It's not quite at the Avengers level, but definitely the kind of superhero you'd hope to see. And something worth seeing in theaters. But the last movie that we have is Prometheus, Ridley Scott's much-anticipated Alien prequel. What did you think of this one?
Well, everyone was excited to see him finally coming back to his whole, alien-esque kind of movie. So going into it, I tried to forget everything I knew about Ridley Scott, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
You could definitely see his trademark. You've got very interesting color schemes. You've got characters who are motivated by different reasons, and in some cases not even fully explained. So yeah. I thought it really definitely kept you on the edge, and at no point made you feel comfortable.
Yeah, it was again, a visually gorgeous film. I don't think I've seen a movie this summer that looked more beautiful than this one did. But there were some moments that felt a little false. Mm-hmm. There were some points in the movie that I just didn't buy, which, coming from a guy like Ridley Scott, I should just be sucked in from moment one. Mm-hmm. And that was a little disappointing for me. But as a horror film, it keeps you right on the edge the entire time, which is exactly what you'd hope from a Ridley Scott kind of director. But out of 5 stars, what would you give this one?
I'd give it a 3. It's not a waste of time to go see.
No.
As part of understanding Ridley Scott, you definitely need to see this film to kind of understand his whole view of film and what he likes to do with it. Not something that you might want to rush out right now to go see, but if you have a moment, I'd go see it.
Yeah, I would have to agree. 3 stars for that one as well. It is a solid movie and much better than most, but still doesn't quite live up to the Ridley Scott empire that he's kind of created for himself. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to stay tuned this fall when Seahawks Central News comes back. Stay tuned for more Critics on Campus. Thanks again.